And the Winnipeg Jets have more rumors surrounding them than they did a couple of days ago when Evander Kane was sat down. Renaud Lavoie earlier today. The official reason why Evander Kane was a healthy scratch on Tuesday is the tip of the iceberg, according to sources. Interesting day in Winnipeg. Chris Johnson surveyed some NHL scouts and feeling that the price on Evander Kane has dropped. One top asset could be enough to land him from the NHL Jets. And then, of course, the word that he didn't practice today. That all framed within the conversation that Gary Lawless put forward last night in the Winnipeg Free Press, saying how Kane takes the treatment will be the subtext of the next chapter. He can accept the mistake and move on, or he's got a card to play, and that could be surgery on an undisclosed injury. Then he misses practice today to see the doctors. I believe that would cue a Saved by the Bell move. I can read it word for word if you want. If he accepts he made a mistake and is willing to move forward, we'll see him back in the lineup as early as Friday night. If he's miffed and decides he'd like to swat back at the organization, Kane does have a card to play. He can elect to shut it down and have surgery on an undisclosed injury. Kane's been playing with this injury for much of the season and could force the decision to have it repaired. If Kane or the Jets announce in the coming days he'll go under the knife, it will be evident the player and team are at odds. Can't see it any other way. Tracksuit-Gate. If it's just Tracksuit-Gate, then this thing has jumped to proportions that you normally wouldn't see for a guy who screwed up dress code. Like, is that what we're talking about here? A dress code? So if that's all we're talking about, why is Kane the number one trend in Canada today? Never mind NHL Jets. It's interesting to me. And again, Philip Weir, have the solution. Paul sits down and tells him to straighten up and fly right, or I'm trading you to the Leafs. Sid Seixeiro, your opinion.
Sorry, Timmy.
Well, you're a little late
I'm
for
a
this
little
segment.
late.
What the hell's going on?
I met a guy downstairs. I usually change between hours, like between periods.
Yeah.
Guys change.
Right.
I saw a guy at Tim, the coffee place downstairs.
Right.
And I didn't have time to change, so I'm here. I'm in a jumpsuit. I apologize. Is this really a big deal? It feels amazing. It feels like a dream on my skin.
Listen, you don't walk in here late in a tracksuit and expect that you can just sit down and start talking in the midst of the number one trending topic of the day. Like, you don't come in here while the rest of the team is dressed up in nice suit jackets and ready to go, wearing a tracksuit, and expect that you could be part of this team.
All I do is show up. Has it been perfect? No. But I show up to this team every day.
Right.
I've not been perfect. I try and give my all, damn it. I'm 23 years old.
Yeah.
But I'm here. You depend on me. I'm not perfect. So what? I showed up in a tracksuit.
You think we could all
So
show
what?
up in tracksuits?
Well, what's the big deal? I'm here to throw down, baby. Doesn't matter if this tracksuit is really flattering to certain areas.
Were you in Mississauga earlier today?
That's not the point. The point is I want to be here. I want to be a member of Tim and Sid and Sportsnet 590 till March 27th.
When our imaginary flight landed last night, where were you?
Doesn't matter. I'm here to play, damn it. I'm here to do radio.
Have you read the CBA of this show?
I've read it 4 times. Never read it. I'm in a tracksuit. Everyone relax. I'm here to do my job, all right? I'm here to, what's the deal? I look like the guy from One Up with That. What's the big deal?
I love that yours is Old Navy, though.
That's where I shop. It's where I roll. That's all I do. My God, the world is ending. The new Planet X has entered our atmosphere, and we'll Planet Nubius, go on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? We'll run into Earth, and everything's going to end because I'm wearing a tracksuit. What the hell are we talking about here?
Listen.
A tracksuit. I have been disciplined many times by this team, and I've tried to learn my lesson. I'm here, so what? I'm not in a suit.
Everyone else is wearing a suit. And then I see you walk in here tardy with this tracksuit on. What up with that?
Be careful. What up with that?
What up with that?
Had a big old cup of
What up with
coffee
that?
to clear my head. Telephone rang and you wanna chat. Well, sit on down and tell me what up with that. Ooh wee. What up with that? What up with that? Ooh wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we said, me said. What up with that? Who knew you knew said what? Who do? What up with that? What up with that? Yes, sir.
Rack it back up.
I'm so tired.
Rack it back up.
No, don't play it again.
Rack it back up.
Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone rang and you wanna chat. Well, sit on down and tell me what up with that. Ooh wee. What up with that? What up with that? Ooh wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we said, me said. What up with that? Who knew you knew said what? Who do? What up with that? What up with that? Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. There's
I
a
can taste my spleen.
there's a lot. Okay, Seixeiro has just been
All
dancing.
this because of a tracksuit today. It's now trending #1 in Canada, tracksuit. All this.
Tracksuit-Gate.
I'm so tired. I am fat, and I'm nearly 40, and I thought this was a good idea. I'm so tired. I feel like the Leafs in the third period. I can't take it.
Oh my goodness. There's
You held it together pretty long, McCall. I'm proud of you.
There are two amazing things right now. Or there are a lot of amazing things right now. One, it's an Old Navy tracksuit. Two, you are like literally exhausted. And three, you're wearing dress shoes with your tracksuit.
Well, this was I didn't anticipate this
Do me
today.
a favor. Stand up so that the TV audience can see.
That's what's happening today. Scratch me, Paul Maurice. Scratch me. I'm wearing a tracksuit. Boom, you're roasted. Hey, Kevin Shelf Day off. I'm wearing a tracksuit. Boom, you're roasted. Oh my God, I'm so tired.
Can I say that your dance moves were
like,
fantastic?
Seriously, right? Like I was taking great pride in what was happening there because I think it was close to the bit.
It was. If you've ever seen the bit, you nailed the bit. Like,
I'm so tired.